This Texas Tech broadcast on Fox Sports is brought to you by Bud Light, proud friend of the Red Raiders, famous among friends. AmericanCampus.com, where students love living. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
Back here at the United Supermarkets Arena, let's take a look at the American Campus Community starting lineups. And for visiting Nevada tonight, 8-0, it's the twins, Caleb and Cody Martin, number 10 and 11. Also Lindsey Drew, Kendall Stevens, and Jordan Caroline. For the Red Raiders, Justin Gray, Naeem Stevenson, Zach Smith, Keenan Evans, and for the first time this season, Norense Odeyase. Those starting lineups brought to you by American Campus Communities, where students love living. And we are underway. Opening tip controlled by Zach Smith. Naeem Stevenson quickly trying to go inside to Odeyase, and the Red Raiders turn the basketball over. Wolfpack quickly underneath. Jordan Caroline can't get that shot to go.
Yeah, this ought to be a very fast-paced game again tonight, John. And this is a fun setting for a early December basketball game in Lubbock, Texas. You don't often get these opportunities in the non-conference to have a top 25 team come in and play a true road game like Nevada is doing tonight.
A week ago, the Red Raiders were ranked 22nd in the country, but lost that game to Seton Hall in New York City, dropped out of the polls. Nevada moved in, and they are number 22 this week. The Red Raiders have turned the ball over twice on 2 possessions, and Nevada inside. Lindsey Drew gets the shot batted away.
And not a good start on the offensive end for the Red Raiders, in that, you know, you have 15 turnovers there against Seton Hall. Big reason why you come away with a loss there at Madison Square Garden. Need to get that cleaned up early tonight.
You average right at 14 turnovers a game, and now Nevada loses the ball out of bounds. Officials tonight, Joe DeRosa, Keith Kimball, and Kirby Sitton here on a cold, windy night in Lubbock, Texas. The Wolfpack at 8-0. The Red Raiders are 6-1.
Yeah, this is a very good Wolfpack team that has taken care of business away from their building. They're in Reno, and they've got a game here in Lubbock tonight. They'll be playing TCU in Los Angeles on Friday night.
Chance for them to find out how they might match up in the Big 12, facing a couple of teams out of the league. And Odeyase fighting for the rebound, comes away with it for the Red Raiders, and Keenan Evans is wide open out front, in and out, and no good. And the Wolfpack are on the run. Cody Martin, Lindsey Drew back up top. This is twin brother Cody Martin, and he threw it away.
Yeah, both teams right now kind of feel each other out, because again, I think there's some anticipation for this game. I think Coach Musselman knew that this would be the toughest test that his team would have, and obviously Chris Beard, they've been stewing on that loss to Seton Hall for 4 or 5 days, it seems like.
Not looking like a couple of teams that are combined 14-1 on the year. Zach Smith, and again the Red Raiders can't find the basket, and Zach stumbling over Cody Martin trying to come out of there, and called for the foul.
Yeah, Zach gets a cheap one right there. Chris Beard already going to go to the bench. You know, and you go back to that Seton Hall game right there. Zach Smith's going to come out, Zaire Smith in. Go back to that Seton Hall game, and Zach Smith doesn't score a point or record a rebound in the entire first half against the Pirates. Just bizarre outing, and then he comes out in the second half and plays like a man possessed.
Thought he played very well, kind of took over the game early in that second half, but just could not keep up that kind of play. Well, finally, the first bucket of the game, nearly 2 minutes in. Yeah, Cody Martin.
You trap it in the corner and play really good defense right there. Good defensive rotation, but you know, and you knew that this Wolfpack team, at some point they're just going to execute even when you play really good defense.
5 different players on that Nevada team have scored at least 20 points in a game this year, so a lot of different guys they're capable of scoring. Naeem Stevenson had wanted the ball from Keenan Evans, but could not get the three-pointer to go. Odeyase tips it out, and the ball back to Nevada. Red Raiders still not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and you can sense that this crowd is ready to kind of to get loud when one of those shots go in, but Naeem and Keenan not able to dial it up from deep so far.
Well, the Red Raiders got off to a slow start at Madison Square Garden. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Kendall Stevens. Guy here that coming into the ball game tonight, 43 of his 50 shot attempts in those 8 games for Nevada had been three-pointers. Connects on that one tonight, and now it's 5-0 Nevada over the Red Raiders, who really have not gotten that great of a shot off yet.
Kendall Stevens been one of those unheralded guys. I think he's 10 of 17 from behind the arc in his last 2 games combined. So you don't need him to get going if you're Texas Tech with Carolina and those Martin twins already.
Not at all. Justin Gray got that one off with 2 seconds on the shot clock and did not necessarily think we'd see the shot clock come into play. A couple of teams that like to get up and down the floor. But it did there. Chris Beard and Justin Gray on the sideline. Zaire Smith and Tommy Hamilton off that Red Raider bench. Jarrett Culver in the game as well. Culver has really played well, as has Zaire Smith, 2 true freshmen. Caleb Martin. Now 7-0 Nevada.
Yeah, pulls up on that jump shot, and again you get isolated right there. And Texas Tech trying to trap right there on some of that isolation, just get caught in that defensive rotation, and they left Martin open for a wide open jumper.
Red Raiders giving the Wolfpack a slightly different look. Had Stevenson up on top and Keenan Evans on the wing. Now Stevenson wanted to clear it out for himself to try to drive against Caroline. Fadeaway jumper, good on the baseline.
And maybe that'll get him going, because that one almost bounces around and pops out. But that's an odd play right there. That's not really Naeem's game, to kind of be in an isolation play right there off to the wing.
Zaire Smith trying to draw the charge from Caroline, didn't get it, and then rolled to the hoop, and the teammate gets him the basketball.
And how good is Caroline? He's got 4 Red Raiders around him right there in the low post, and still able to finish and score.
3 double-doubles this season, so certainly a guy that can do it on both ends of the floor. But here in the early going, it's been all Nevada. Wolfpack 9-2 over the Red Raiders. You're watching Texas Tech TV on Fox. Nevada 9, Red Raiders 2. This was the same score the Red Raiders got behind against Seton Hall last time out. Let's go over now to the third member of our team, Adam Doyle.
Yeah, speaking of Seton Hall in that last game at Madison Square Garden, talking to Coach earlier this week, he told me they like to have a 12-hour rule, win or lose, to flush the last game and move on to the next one. And clearly with this Nevada team, they had to move on quickly. Well, Coach said that the seniors are the biggest reason they've been able to move on so quickly, and just a healthy ignorance from the freshmen as far as moving on to another contest. He also told me, like you said, Chris, echoing your sentiment, this is an NBA-style team that they're playing tonight in Nevada. A lot of ISO ball. If they get a matchup they like, they will exploit it the entire game. They will go to the well early and often. And finally, just a quick tidbit, guys. One of our former graduate assistants now that we can say, and of course a former player here at Texas Tech, Matt Temple, has now signed a contract to go play in Spain for a team in Gandia, which is just south of Valencia. So some good news coming out of Red Raider basketball as well.
All right, thank you, Adam. This game going to be held up for just a moment there. Speaking of Nevada and head coach Eric Musselman, he opened up a soft drink, I believe, there on the bench, and somebody might have shaken that thing up before they handed it to him.
he got the little okey-doke right there happened to Coach Musselman right there. He spilled some suds all over the bench area.
All over the brand new floor. I tell you what.
What's that all about? Yeah, good for Matt Temple, though, back on Adam's point. That good for Matt. Did a lot of good things for this program, and good to see him continuing his career overseas.
Jared Culver underneath, trying to go up and rebound. The Davide Moretti miss was being held by Jordan Caroline. You can get a look at that underneath. He just got his arm and is not going to let him reach up and grab the ball. They kind of laughed about it afterwards. That's NCAA tournament basketball there, where you're only allowed to rebound with one arm.
Yeah, I mean, they're suggesting no shot right there. Yeah, Texas Tech just needs to settle down. They need to get Keenan Evans going right now and get something going on offense. And clearly that's what Jarrett Culver in here trying to get done.
Well, had the good look and then could not get the follow shot to go either. The Red Raiders now 1 of 8 from the floor to start this game. Wow. Caleb Martin from the outside again. These guys sit on that three-point line. They can fill it up.
And the ball gets up the floor quickly. I mean, it's they can all shoot it. What you're looking at is a team that, you know, the Wolfpack that reminds me of Iowa State. And Texas Tech plays this kind of style in conference twice a year, but so many similarities with the transfers, ability to shoot the ball at all 5 positions, and they are filling it up so far early here tonight.
Kendall Stevens from the corner couldn't get it to go down. Caroline retrieved that, and now a new shot clock will allow the Wolfpack to set it up on the outside.
And expect Davide Moretti to get picked on right here a little bit from a defensive standpoint. Yeah, they go right at him, see him in the game. I think Coach Musselman will try to find your weakest defender and then try to ISO that particular player. And obviously Moretti, his strong suit is not defense.
And inside, the Red Raiders have an advantage with Tommy Hamilton, and Texas Tech goes right there.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that, too, that, you know, whereas there may be some matchups that Coach Musselman likes, Coach Beard likes his matchups inside, certainly.
Lindsey Drew took Moretti inside, then brought it back out, and again, Caleb Martin filling it up.
And he kicks his leg out, too, if you watch that. So we'll have to pay attention to that tonight, see if he draws a foul at all. He kind of, as part of his shooting motion, he just kicks it out.
Has 8 of their first 15, and now Tommy Hamilton just back in off the bench. Couple of back-to-back buckets for the Red Raiders.
Maybe he likes coming off the bench.
Caroline again going to try to drive Moretti inside, but threw it away. Wanted to get the ball to Stevens. Keenan Evans going to go the distance and lay it in.
Yeah, again, if Texas Tech will speed it up on the offensive end, they'll start to get some easy baskets right there. But as long as Moretti is in the game, they're going to continue to go right at him, and he's looking for help right now.
Boy, they do. They isolate him very quickly, and now you've got the mismatch in terms of Lindsey Drew on Hamilton. But again, the Red Raiders force it outside, and Jordan Caroline just waiting there at the top of the key.
So you run a pick and roll, you get the switch that you want. Do the Wolfpack, and then whenever you have the rotation, they just kick it out, and it's a wide open look. And so far, they're knocking them down.
A 10-point advantage for the visiting Nevada Wolfpack. Here's Moretti, who's a good shooter himself. Gets it.
And he's fouled. That's going to be a 4-point look. And as long as he's in the game, he's got to be able to shoot the basketball, because he is a bit of a liability on the defensive end. But you have him in there because he can do just that.
When you're needing offense, clearly Moretti is a guy who can get it. Keenan Evans drove inside. That's what drew the attention. And Drew dropped off of Moretti, left him alone in the corner, and then trying to recover, fouls the Red Raider freshman. Opportunity for a 4-point play.
Yeah, you see a trio of Nevada players right there kind of, you know, converge on Keenan Evans right there, forcing him to kick it out right there, and Moretti able to knock it down.
22 of the 25 shots that he's taken this season have been from beyond that 3-point arc. So clearly a guy that is not afraid of shooting the ball from the outside. And again, ISO game for the Wolfpack. Go at it a little bit differently, but Stevens from the outside again, a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, they are unconscious from deep right now. 5 of 6 from behind the arc.
That Seton Hall game saw the Pirates get 11 of 20. But the Red Raiders trying to take advantage inside. Desire Smith fouled. He'll be at the free throw line when we return. 21-12, Nevada over the Red Raiders here on Texas Tech TV. Back here at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock, where the Red Raiders have won 33 consecutive non-conference games, and to get that streak extended, they'll have to come from behind. I'll tell you, the Wolfpack has gotten off to a great start shooting the basketball, but not just from inside that arc. They're filling it up from beyond that 3-point line.
Yeah, 5 of 6, which is good enough for 83%. And so what you're seeing is, you know, the Wolfpack are excelling with knocking down jumpers, and Texas Tech continuing to try to be aggressive. You've got 4 fouls, specifically 2 right there on Lindsey Drew.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of the different philosophy that I think Chris Beard feels like that will pay off as the game goes along, because they don't want to foul. and the interior points of the paint right there on the interior are there to be had.
All right, Zaire Smith at the free throw line. Let's go to Adam Doyle.
Yeah, guys, Coach Beard, a calming presence in that huddle there a moment ago. Just saying, guys, calm down. They're going to cool off a little bit from the field. Just play good defense. They want to run Kendall Stevens off that three-point line. Obviously, he's 2 for 3 from the field so far. And he said, guys, somebody's just got to take a charge. Get this crowd back into it. And he's like, no wasted possessions on the offensive end.
1 of 2 for Zaire Smith, who came in shooting 88% for the season at the free throw line. 15 of 17. Red Raiders trying to trap on the outside there, but could not pin Cody Martin in. But wow, Kendall Stevens caught open. Zaire Smith, great leaping ability, swatted the shot away.
Yeah, I don't think Stevens was expecting Zaire Smith to come flying across the lane like that. That is, again, elite athleticism by the freshman.
Keenan Evans not going to get the shot to go, but Naeem Stevenson runs down the loose basketball. Might have thrown that ball away, but saved by Cody Martin there, slapping it out of bounds.
Yeah, watch this. Zaire just comes across the lane right there, and he gets up quick. Stevens had no chance with the finish right there.
Boy, never saw Zaire coming. Thinks he's got an easy layup underneath, but not necessarily the case. Lawrence Odiase back off the Red Raider bench. Jump hook doesn't go, and the Wolfpack are on the run again. One brother to the other now. Winds up in the hands of Stevenson out front.
Yeah,
Stevens knocks it down again.
You just heard that what Adam said right there, that you want to run him off of that three-point line, but he's spotting it up right there at the top of the key, and that's his third make from deep so far in this game.
6 3-pointers for the Wolfpack, who are not shy about putting it up from long range. Have a high of 17 in a game this season. Here's Naeem again from the short corner. Second time to hit from there tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely tell inside out is what Chris wants from his team this evening, as you see the trap right here on Martin.
Boy, made him fire it way up and across the court. Long range jumper. Stevens no good. Zach Smith clears out of there for the Red Raiders. One of the things he wants his team to do when they get the basketball is look, find the open man or find the right guy to make the pass to. Naeem inside out from Odiase, not there. That ball batted out of bounds to Nevada.
Yeah, again, playing inside out, they're kind of inviting those post looks right there, and Lawrence kicks it back out. Naeem can't knock it down. That's been the difference so far. Is again, I think Coach Beard said that after the Seton Hall game. Sometimes the other team just makes shots. So far, one team clearly making more than the other.
He also said it's possible to win a game in the early minutes. It's also possible to lose a game in the early minutes of a game, even though you've got a long way to go. Red Raiders have not led in this ball game. It's been Nevada on top the entire way. Nice move inside by Cody Martin, but he threw it away. Davide Moretti back on for the Red Raiders, as is Tommy Hamilton. Red Raiders won a little two-man game on that side, but couldn't get the pass inside to Hamilton. Instead, Justin Gray on the other side of the floor.
He will play plenty of minutes tonight. Will Justin Gray, if his mid-range game is going. I think you'll see, yeah, and he is certainly engaged right now as Justin Gray. Did not have a very good game against that Seton Hall team, but he's bounced back tonight.
Stevenson on that three-point line again, and that one does not go. He was left there alone. Red Raiders know he's the guy that can really fire it up and in, and was left alone, but he couldn't get that one to fall. Brandon Francis off that Red Raider bench. Justin Gray, we were talking about a moment ago, averaging only about 5 points a game, but might be the best overall athlete on this Red Raider team. And if he got going offensively, the way he's capable of playing on the defensive end could be a huge plus. Jared Culver thought he had a shot, but Caleb Martin got in his way, and he wound up turning the basketball over. Caleb again, not there. Caroline underneath to battle Culver for the basketball. This one belongs to the home team.
And the length of Martin right there bothered Culver as he kind of changed his mind after he decided to pull the trigger and was like, oops, not necessarily sure I want to shoot this. And that's the thing about this Wolfpack team. They have the ability to trot out there 6'4" to 6'8" all across the board if that's what they want to do.
Wolfpack have gone about 2.5 minutes without scoring. The Red Raiders have the gap narrowed to 7. And they close it anymore. Tommy Hamilton, Justin Gray, Davide Moretti, and Brandon Francis for Chris Beard. Tommy Hamilton is a good shooter from the outside. Couple of buckets down low, and now from the three-point line.
I would say Tommy has earned himself a spot coming off of the bench. What do you say?
He's done awfully well. Now another turnover forced by Brandon Francis. Here's Culver trying to get down the floor. And it's Caleb Martin there to prevent a dunk, but he's going to pick up the foul. And Jarrett Culver will go to the free throw line. When we come back, Red Raiders have narrowed the lead to 4. You're watching Texas Tech TV here on Fox. Red Raiders have narrowed the gap to 24-20 with Nevada based on a 7-0 run. The Wolfpack have gone over 3 minutes without scoring. Let's take a look now at the Big 12 non-conference standings brought to you by Plains Capital Bank.
Yeah, you see TCU right there at 8-0, Kansas at 7-0. Every Big 12 team but Iowa State received votes in the AP poll this week. 4 of them are in the top 10. Baylor actually dropped from 16 to 23 in that the latest poll. They lost to Xavier and Wichita State. Last week they had a big injury to Terry Maston, who is out until January. And tonight you got Texas at Virginia Commonwealth, and West Virginia versus Virginia, and TCU versus SMU.
And tonight's Big 12 standings brought to you by Plains Capital Bank. Ride with the good guys at Plains Capital Bank. Here's the steal by Culver and the hard foul by Caleb Martin.
Yeah, he got a lot of ball, but he certainly, I don't think it was malicious or anything. But Culver had, and that's what you're taught to do. You're going to go be aggressive, because if I don't finish this, I need to do something that earns me a trip to the line, which is what he did.
The true freshman from here in Lubbock, Coronado High School, has been only a 50% free throw shooter. For a guy that can shoot it as well as he does outside, has struggled a bit at the line. Justin Gray going over the top of Caroline on the missed free throw, picking up the foul. Mentioned this earlier, but the Wolfpack getting a big dose of the Big 12 this week. After tonight, they go out to Los Angeles as part of the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame basketball tournament. They'll play TCU at the Staples Center late on Friday night. Wolfpack have been shut out for a while. Here's Caleb Martin going to try to drive the mismatch with Tommy Hamilton and able to take advantage. Yeah, that's a nice move as he kind of pivots one way, spins around the other, and Hamilton had already left him thinking that the ball was going to be passed, and there's not much you can do from a defensive standpoint right there. Both Caleb and Cody Martin are transfers to this Nevada program from North Carolina State. Oh boy, nice block by Cody Martin that time as Keenan Evans drove inside. In the corner, Josh Hall, that three-pointer off the top of the backboard. Brandon Francis 1-on-3, making the wise decision to bring that basketball back out for the Red Raiders. Yeah, I think he was looking to initiate the break right there, but realized the numbers weren't there. He was the only one in a white uniform. Tommy Hamilton trying to force that ball up and in, but it won't go. Did everything but drop inside, and the Wolfpack are on the run again. Jumper at the free throw line by Cody Martin, foul from behind by Hamilton. Tommy a little late up the floor right there. Norris is going to come get him, but nice post move down low, and it doesn't go his way. He's a little late up the floor and gets caught right there with his hand in the cookie jar. Kind of got caught when Cody Martin just stopped to shoot the ball. Yeah, Hamilton obviously thought he would continue to the bucket right there, but stopped for the pull-up jumper right there, right inside the free throw line. Those two brothers, Caleb and Cody Martin, average about 33 points a game between them, and more than 11 rebounds. Each of them have been over 20 in the game this season. Cody 22 against Santa Clara. In fact, has been in double figures in every game that Nevada has played this season. Question at the scorers table on the far side. Yeah, not sure what they're looking at. You know, it's so much NBA in the way that the Wolfpack plays.
checking out the clock. Make sure maybe there's the wrong time. As we've got 6:41 left to play in the first half and a full shot clock.
Joe DeRosa and Keith Kimball at the table there. Something with the shot, with the game clock, I believe.
But there's, you know, back on that point, there's so much NBA in the way that the Wolfpack play. And obviously Eric Musselman, he stood on the sideline for the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. And, you know, and Chris Beard's team sees this. You know, I mentioned the Iowa State with so much of that Hoiberg style. Steve Prohm obviously coaching them now. But Lon Kruger will do a lot of those same things with the Sooners as well, where they'll find a matchup that they like and then try to exploit it. And it's not the way a lot of teams play when they're just trying to run an offense. It's more of a one-on-one game in much of these situations.
We have seen plenty of that this evening. Cody Martin able to convert the three-point play back to a 7-point advantage for the Wolfpack. Odiase had the opportunity there, had Naeem Stevenson lobbed that ball over the top of Caroline, but chose not to make that pass. Odiase in the starting lineup tonight for the first time in a couple of seasons. He's battled a lot of foot injuries. That shot clock at 4 as Stevenson puts up the rainbow, and it's good.
Yeah, that was right out of the playground right there as he kind of rocked him to sleep, and then that was quite the rainbow right there from Naeem, but it hit nothing but the net, and so he looks good running up down the floor there, didn't he? Because otherwise he's going to get an earful.
Naeem's got 7. Tommy Hamilton has 7. They lead the Red Raiders. Culver with the missed shot by Kendall Stevens up the floor quickly. Keenan Evans has only a couple of points, but doubles that now. 4 for the Red Raiders' leading scorer. And coming back very quickly, Cody Martin. Wow, just answers the Red Raider bucket.
Yeah, and they have an answer for everything, and there's so much length right there that you don't know whether to play them for the shot or the drive, and they can take you off the dribble, and right there just really good in transition are these Martin twins.
6'7" juniors out of Mocksville, North Carolina. Jordan Caroline has been fairly quiet.
He's the only one.
Cody Martin got Zach Smith up in the air. That was not the foul call.
Yeah, that was
isolated Zach here, got him in the air. Shot goes up, but
and then you hear the whistle.
The whistle was way late. That's what the Red Raider fans and Chris Beard don't like.
Keith Kimball, who is right there, doesn't make the call. Joe DeRosa waits for the shot to go up, and it misses. And then the whistle comes, and Chris Beard and Joe DeRosa exchange. They're smiling with each other. So maybe DeRosa says, "I'll get you back later in the game." I don't. You know, you wonder what is said right there, but yeah, really late. It did look like there was some contact there, but I think the issue there is the timing of the call.
The lateness of the call. And Naeem Stevenson dribbles the ball right off his leg out of bounds. He's going to complain inside, but not gonna go his way. Hallis Cook was the defender. Guy the Red Raiders might have seen a year ago, but he didn't play. He transferred from Iowa State as a graduate transfer to this Nevada program and did not play in either of the games with Iowa State against Texas Tech a year ago. But another guy on this team that has NCAA experience. Right inside again goes Cody Martin.
And Naeem right now, you know, they took him out of the game, but he's a little out of control in those last several offensive possessions. That's just not his game. But I tell you what, it's a clinic on one end right here with offensive basketball and trying to take you out of what you do defensively, because this Texas Tech team has been so good as a team on defense, but this style of play almost doesn't allow you to play as a team on defense. It removes 3 guys, and it just, you know, you're playing a 2-man game on one side of the court.
Very NBA-like. Josh Hall whistled for the foul that sends Jarrett Culver to the free throw line. He and Hallis Cook in for Eric Musselman's Nevada Wolfpack. Winners over UC Irvine on Saturday night. They had beaten Illinois State at home prior to that. Culver gets 1 of 2. Red Raiders down by 8. Cody Martin, the two-man game with his brother. They've got 19 points between them. Jordan Caroline going to take Justin Gray inside. Got it swatted. Red Raiders try to run up the court to Zaire Smith, and Keenan Evans tried the bounce pass but couldn't get it to a teammate. Zaire Smith leading the break 34-26. Wolfpack by 8. You're watching the Red Raiders on 8 over the Red Raiders. You can get your holiday hoops plan today. That plan includes tickets to the Texas Tech versus Abilene Christian, Baylor, and West Virginia games. You'll also get a Texas Tech mini basketball. All of that for just $30. On sale now at texastech.com. Chris, for the season, the Red Raiders are holding opponents to less than 37% shooting. They're one of the top teams in the nation in preventing the opponents from scoring, but tonight Nevada has not had that problem.
Yeah, 52% from the field, and it's better from behind the arc there at 54%. And Texas Tech's biggest issue is that you go back to this Wolfpack's last game. They played UC Irvine out there in a road game, and Irvine ends up with 42 points in the paint. And so the book on the Wolfpack, you can get what you want in the paint. You can pound them on the glass, things like that. So far in this game, the Red Raiders just have 4 points that they've scored in the paint, and that's just not going to get it done against this one.
Red Raiders have a high this season of 58 in the paint. Justin Gray on the steal, drives inside and can't finish. The Red Raiders get the turnover, but they can't get the results they want. Nevada does, as Keenan Evans cannot stop Caleb Martin from scoring.
So you come out with that trap out of the timeout. You get what you want and can't finish, and it, in a roundabout way, leads to a run out for the Wolfpack right there. Kind of backfires on you.
Boy, Naeem Stevenson couldn't get rid of the basketball there for a moment, and Keenan Evans can't get the jump hook to go from the low block. And again, for a couple of teams that had gone several minutes without scoring, Red Raiders continue to struggle, and Nevada has built up a 10-point advantage. Caleb Martin, Jordan Caroline defended by Naeem Stevenson, trying to power it up and in, but can't get the bucket to go. And I believe Josh Hall picks up his second foul as the Red Raiders try to come out of there with the basketball.
Yeah, and that's the one thing is that, as good as the Wolfpack have played so far in this game, Jordan Caroline hasn't been really a big part of it. He's got 5 points and 4 boards, but you don't need him to get going, as they've done a good job defending him in the paint right there. But he's such a big part of what they do. You talk about playing games on your terms, kind of, hey, we're better at what we do than you are at yours. And so far, I mean, the Wolfpack style of play kind of imposing how Texas Tech plays this game, and Texas Tech needs to change that a little bit.
Red Raiders not helping themselves. 5 of 9 at the free throw line. Nevada is perfect at 4 of 4. Wolfpack going to set the offense up. Caleb Martin trying to work the two-man game with Jordan Caroline, but will just drive inside anyway against Zaire Smith. Missed the shot, but a foul on the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I thought they're going to end up missing. Yeah, I think Gray gets fouled right there in the air.
But he may be the one whistled for the foul.
Yeah, by Cody Martin right there, and Texas Tech not getting any benefit from the officials here in their own building.
But that inbounds pass stolen by Keenan Evans. The Red Raiders have another opportunity after a turnover by Nevada. Zaire Smith might not be his best shot from outside that three-point arc. Not good. Nevada again with the basketball. In the corner, Caleb Martin in and out, no good. Moretti inside to fight for the rebound, but Naeem Stevenson comes away with the ball. Red Raiders need a bucket inside 2 minutes to go in this first half, and down by 9. Zaire, more his game, I think.
Yeah, and you see Chris Beard's team right there kind of turn the tables as they isolated Zaire Smith over here on the near side of the court right here, and he just drives to the bucket.
Great athletic ability in the true freshman, not Zaire Smith, out of Lakeview Centennial High School in Garland. 10 on the shot clock for the Wolfpack. Caleb Martin left it on the outside for Hallis Cook. Hook over Naeem Stevenson, not there. But in the battle for the rebound, it, I don't believe, ever touched the rim. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, you think right there that they're holding for the last shot of the half, but there's still a minute 18, and that's just something that Coach Musselman does at times, just slows the pace of the game down and just kind of takes the air out, and they'll execute that two-man game and kind of try to get what they want right there. Kimball's looking at us saying, my mistake. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Threw the ball in maybe quicker than he wanted to.
Or maybe he didn't have Brandon Francis situated in the right spot. But Red Raiders trying to narrow the gap against this Nevada team. One of 13 remaining unbeatens in the NCAA. Friendly bounce for Keenan Evans.
Yeah, soft touch right there on a floater. Right there by Keenan Evans, and well, clearly he's the focus of what the Wolfpack are trying to do defensively, is they've tried to send various bodies at him, trying to take him away as Tech's leading scorer, and so far Keenan with 7 points.
Right at 16 a game for the senior out of Richardson's Burtner High School. Keenan had scored in 25 consecutive games until that streak stopped against Savannah State, but came back to get, 21 against Seton Hall and lead the Red Raider charge in that one. Chris Beard trying to put a charge into his Red Raiders in this timeout.
And the Wolfpack have not scored anything in the last 2 minutes, 38 seconds, and you've been able to put together a couple of stretches here where you held them scoreless for a couple of minutes at a time after that, that hot start that they had. As they're now just shooting 50% from behind the arc, down from what, 83?
Yeah, six of 12 there. 6 of their 13 made buckets tonight have been three-pointers. It's Star Wars night, if you're wondering, here at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock.
C-3PO and R2-D2 moving about the concourse.
Maybe some stormtroopers as well. Jordan Caroline got pinned in the corner there, got it to Stevenson, but it could not get the shot to go in the corner, and the Red Raiders are going to run again. Here's Jared Culver down. Again, the Red Raiders can't finish a layup on a run out. Caroline gets tripped up. Red Raiders wanted a traveling call, but Keenan Evans may be guilty of a push.
And it looked like, because this happens right in front of us, Caroline coming this direction, he may have just fallen over, and Keenan Evans happened to be standing right there. We'll get a look at it right now.
Kind of got bumped by Naeem Stevenson,
it was
actually.
Naeem Stevenson, you're exactly right. And did they call that on Evans?
Naeem listed with 1 foul on the scoreboard. That might have been the case. They did give that to Naeem. I think Red Raider fans felt like he might have just stumbled. Now Nevada may be playing for the last shot. Caleb Martin out front, 12 on the game clock, 9 on the shot clock. Well, got Zaire Smith in the air. His three-pointer not good. Zaire wound up with the basketball. Big heave at the end and not going to go, and Nevada will lead at halftime over the Red Raiders here at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock. 36-31 for Nevada, trying to remain unbeaten. Let's go over to Adam Doyle.
Coach Ogden, obviously an up-tempo pace from Nevada. They've driven the ball and they've been able to kick it out and knock down some shots. What we need to do to slow them down in the second half?
We got to play one-on-one defense. They attacked our defensive scheme to start, and that's on us as coaches. We got to play one-on-one defense, but then we got to finish. We've had some turnovers and some open court plays. We've missed some layups. We have to finish.
How important is offensive tempo in the second half to play your game?
It's huge. We got to play our game, but we got to get stops, and then we got to convert.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, guys.
I do believe assistant coach Chris Ogden is right. The Red Raiders got to find a way to finish. They have missed a bundle of layups in this one. Under down by 5. You're watching Texas Tech TV right here on Fox.
Texas Tech broadcast on Fox Sports is brought to you by Carillon, the official retirement community of Texas Tech Athletics, the Red Raider Club, Join the Red Raider Club today to help educate, grow, and serve fearless champions. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
Chilly night in Lubbock. Nevada's Wolfpack on top of the Red Raiders 36-31 here at halftime. First time this season the Red Raiders have been down at halftime in a game. Let's take a look now at your Ford League leaders. Chris?
Yeah, these are career numbers for made free throws, and so you've got a trio on your team that is good of free throw makes as there is in the league. And yet tonight, just to combine 1 of 2 from those 3 guys. There's a combined about 600 made free throws, a little over that. And tonight, just 1 of 2 combined. You've got to continue to get to the free throw line tonight and then knock them down. But just shows you, how Keenan and Zach and Justin had such good careers here. You get to the line, and that's how you average in double figures.
Got to take advantage when that opportunity arises. That was a look at your Ford League leaders. Visit your local Texas Ford dealers today. Ford is the best in Texas. Let's go over to Adam Doyle now before this second half gets underway. Adam?
Yeah, guys, I just got a chance to talk to Coach Musselman of Nevada. He said, listen, in the first half, we dictated tempo and we played our style, and that's why we have the lead that we do now. He said in the second half, we're going to have to do the same thing. He liked the way that his team was able to force some turnovers. He said we got on the glass, something we haven't done a lot of this year. He said that type of effort from the first half, we're going to need to have that if we're going to beat this team in this building.
Very impressed with the way Nevada played in that first half. The Mountain West postseason tournament champs from a year ago. They would win over Colorado State, Fresno State, and Utah State to earn the right to get into the NCAA tournament, where they faced another Big Ten team, Iowa State, which ended their season. But the Red Raiders would like to wind up in the tournament this year. They're going to have to do some rallying in the second half to win their 7th game of the year. Nevada's basketball to start this second half. Again, a drive inside by Caleb Martin, who had 12 in that first half, and draws the foul.
Yeah, and my guess is that, he had a low post touch right there, but my guess is that the Wolfpack really want to get Jordan Caroline involved here early on in the half. And then if you're Chris Beard's team, I'm thinking he just wants to see what kind of fight his team's got right now, as some of these freshmen haven't been in a game like this at the college level. This is a bit different. This is a legit team on your home court with a lot of people here. You're trying to get it figured out.
Nevada had built up a 9-2 lead in the early going, similar to what Seton Hall did against these Red Raiders at Madison Square Garden last week. Red Raiders would lead at halftime in that game, but were outscored by the Pirates by 13 in the second half as Seton Hall won. Red Raiders trail by 5 in this one. Keenan Evans, though, driving the baseline, finds a way to score.
Boy, he sure did. That's a tough make right there in traffic. And right up the floor come the Wolfpack. And so you trade buckets and you barely blink, and they've already scored at the other end.
Chris Beard off the Red Raider bench, unhappy with that. Caleb Martin again. Now it's 16 in the game for Nevada. Red Raiders have their same starting 5 back in the game here to get the second half going. Justin Gray there. It's Gray and Evans, Odiase, Zach Smith, who did not score in the first half. Jordan Caroline had only 5 for the Wolfpack, but inside able to draw the foul.
Yeah, and at the other end, obviously Justin Gray knocks down that mid-range jumper. He will help his team out a lot if he can continue to make shots right there. And again, Caroline's going to continue to get touches, wants to get Norris out of his game.
Kendall Stevens out front, not there. Gray the rebound. The number that stands out to me on that first half is Zach Smith right here with the basketball. Did not score for the Red Raiders and threw it away. Quickly down the court is Cody Martin, kind of battling Keenan Evans down the way, and Evans will slap it away from Cody Martin, and it'll still be Nevada's basketball. They are just bumping all the way down the floor.
And Zach Smith is an all Big 12 player, and he is just out of sorts tonight and just hasn't done much, and maybe trying to force it a little bit there.
Wow, drive inside again by Cody Martin not there, and the Red Raiders have a chance. Had numbers for just a moment as Martin was on the floor coming back up, but Justin Gray can't get the jumper to go, and another opportunity for the Wolfpack, who lead by 5. Lindsey Drew has not taken many shots tonight. That one didn't go. They put that one up in a hurry.
Yeah, they've certainly cooled off, have the Wolfpack, but Texas Tech not been able to take advantage. Just too many empty possessions.
That has been the story of this one tonight. And how about that? Just Zach trying to go to Keenan and lost the basketball, and the Wolfpack have numbers. Dunk for Cody Martin.
And that is, I mean, Keenan Evans just dribbled it off his foot, and just leads to a run out right there by the Wolfpack as everybody scrambles around, and that's just been the way that the night has gone so far for the Red Raiders.
Turned the basketball over 8 times. That one leading to a dunk by Cody Martin. 17 minutes remain in the ball game. Red Raiders down by 7. But they've done a lot of things wrong. Zach Smith fell down there. Naeem with the basketball, put it up before the shot clock expired, and it goes. The officials not certain if that's a 2 or 3. They wanted to check.
Well, they're not. I think what they're looking at is see if that was a shot clock violation or not. They're trying to figure out if it's a 2 or a 3, and also if he got that off in time. I believe it left his hand. Let's take a look at it right here. Yeah, it's definitely a 2-point make. I can't see that it wasn't good, but they're definitely going to take a look at the next dead ball. Yeah, no, it definitely left his hand. That's a good bucket right there for the Red Raiders. It will count.
Nevada in their Hawaii offense. One of the assistant coaches over there holding up a sign, and I believe for the Hawaii offense, Lindsey Drew just going to drive that basketball inside against Keenan Evans. Isolate the Red Raiders starting point guard and take him inside. You can see the coach there on the Nevada bench with the large board. They write the play on it. They won't hold it up as they bring the ball up the floor.
And a familiar face over there on that Wolfpack bench is Johnny Jones.
Yes.
Who has been in this building before as the head coach of LSU. Previously was head coach at North Texas prior to that.
Another member on that Wolfpack bench with NBA experience.
3 foul calls early on that end of the floor right in front of that Wolfpack bench against the Red Raiders in this half.
Red Raiders still trying to find some offense. Have Davide Moretti on the floor. Zaire Smith just lost that basketball for a moment. Jared Culver, a guy who can score as well. And Tommy Hamilton has been one to kind of pick up this team tonight, but can't do it that time. Drew clears out of there for Nevada.
And see, that's kind of what Nevada wants. Is they want those low post touches right there. I don't think that they feel like Odiase and Hamilton can beat them consistently in the paint.
I can tell you one thing for sure. Eric Musselman did not like the quick shot by Lindsey Drew. Shook his head as that one clanked off the rim, and the Red Raiders ran the other direction. But Nevada with a 7-point advantage.
Yeah, we'll see Chris Beard now is going to go small. Zach Smith going to be in at the 5.
Already inbounding that one to Zaire Smith underneath. Got the ball slapped away trying to score there, but Red Raiders recover. Yeah, neither Odiase or Tommy Hamilton on the floor for the Red Raiders. Moretti is a really good outside shooter, but again, he can't get the shot to fall, and Zach Smith trying to rebound, knocked it out of bounds. So the Red Raiders empty again and still down by 7 here in Lubbock. You're watching Texas Tech TV on. Well, 15:51 remaining in this game at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock tonight. Nevada leading Texas Tech 44-37. Red Raider fans, you can bring an unwrapped toy to the United Supermarkets Arena on December 13th and receive a couple of tickets to watch the Red Raiders and Kennesaw State play right here. A couple of unwrapped tickets or unwrapped toys, and you'll get tickets for that basketball game. Red Raiders have that one coming up next, but they've got more urgent matters on their mind, Chris, and that's finding a way to rally against this Nevada team.
Yeah, it was a 5-point lead for the Wolfpack at the half, and they've been able to increase that even though they're 2 of 7 from the field here. So just again, Texas Tech out of sorts, just kind of fumbling the ball around right now, and just 8 turnovers. And it's just not a crisp effort by Texas Tech tonight, but they've got plenty of time here to get it fixed.
The Red Raiders have not scored in about 2.5 minutes. Let's go over to Adam Doyle.
Yeah, guys, in that timeout, coach imploring his team that he needs all-out effort on the defensive end. Be smart defensively, like you talked about, Chris. Those early fouls not helping the Red Raiders here in the second half. But something to keep an eye on, guys. Keep in mind how deep this bench is. There was a sickness that was rolling through this locker room this week. Coach said, hey, I need all-out effort. If you're not feeling well or if you're tired, tap your head. Let's get somebody in there that can get it done.
Cody Martin missing for Nevada to give the Red Raiders an opportunity to have 3 true freshmen on the court at the moment. Jared Culver, Davide Moretti, and Zaire Smith to go with a couple of seniors in Zach Smith and Justin Gray.
I think Chris Beard just trying to find what button to push here, what mixture of players is going to work, and he's chosen to go small, put some of these young guys in here and see if they can't change it up. And that's been the formula so far this season for the Red Raiders are these young kids.
Zach Smith has not scored, and that one rims out for the Red Raiders senior forward. Just a tough night for Zach.
Just can't get anything going on the offensive end and not impacting the game the way he usually does.
Said he had not scored. He has scored 1 time in the ball game, but has only 3 points. He has not taken very many shots. He's not had opportunities. Cody Martin drives, can't get it. Ball tapped around, and the Red Raiders are going to come out of there with it. Here's Jared Culver, who's got 35 combined in the last 2 games for the Red Raiders and can't finish on the lay-in.
Another empty possession right there. We talked about that. There's just too many of those for the Red Raiders tonight.
That's Caleb Martin from the corner. Got it.
And at some point, this Texas Tech team will start to get a little frustrated with the way this game is going. And Keenan Evans or somebody's just going to have to try to take over.
Caleb Martin with 19, and Nevada back in front of the Red Raiders by 10. Culver just having a freshman night tonight, trying to find a way to score. Nice look by Zaire Smith, but not there either.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, what's your bread and butter right here? If you're Chris Beard and Texas Tech, where can you go to get a bucket when things are starting to? And again, sometimes that's about getting to the free throw line and figuring out a way to initiate offense when the shots aren't falling. But where do you go right now? As you're going to these 2 freshmen, and they continue to come up empty, and your senior first-team All-Big 12 player, Zach Smith, just struggling on the offensive end as well. And so Keenan Evans and Naeem Stevenson come back in to try to bring you some offense.
Red Raiders are approaching 5 minutes in this game without scoring. Naeem Stevenson is the guy who will drive it inside. Brandon Francis, the Red Raider transfer from Florida, is a very good outside shooter. Red Raiders thought they might have tapped that ball out of bounds off one of the Wolfpack, but not the case. There's Josh Hall in the game, number 33 for Nevada. Jordan Caroline against the Red Raider freshman Zaire Smith, kind of shoved him out of the way, but Zaire took it away, and the Red Raiders are off and running. 3-on-3 here. Zaire, foul going up.
Yeah, you'll take it, but again, you almost wonder there, was that going to be another empty possession right there? But Mr. Caroline trying to take the true freshman down low, and Zaire Smith had other ideas. He slaps that ball away again. You're a post player. You can't bring that ball down. Those smaller guys will get it away from you.
Zaire makes the first of those free throws. Red Raiders have gone really over 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 9 seconds without scoring, and that is not the way to make up a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, and you've got to avoid scoring droughts against a team, like this Wolfpack bunch that can score quickly and at all 5 positions.
Zaire will sit down for a moment. 5 tonight. Justin Gray back on for Chris Beard. Beard trying to win his 25th game as the Red Raider head coach. This is his 2nd year. Boy, stumbling there was Caleb Martin. Lost the basketball. A turnover for the Wolfpack. Here's Keenan Evans. Going to take it inside. Wanted to lob it up for Justin Gray. And the ball stolen away. Caleb, who turned it over a moment ago, makes the Red Raiders pay back on the other end.
And I think Keenan gets bumped coming up the floor. Chris Beard is about to, he's in jeopardy of getting teed up. He rarely gets onto the officials right there. I think he felt like, and then Keenan just floats it up for the lob, and Justin Gray not really ready for it, but Wolfpack answer with a three on the other end.
Justin Gray inside, floater not there. Justin going to get his own rebound back. That's what you're talking about. Somebody's got to try and take over for the Red Raiders. Justin Gray getting his own missed shot. Naeem Stevenson against Caleb Martin. Jump step inside, scores, and is fouled.
Yeah, and I think that's what Chris is trying to tell his team right now. They're going to even up the foul call kind of thing. That's just the way that the game works at times. If you'll be aggressive and attack the rim, you'll be rewarded for it. With the jump stop right there was Naeem Stevenson. Again, maybe it's that senior that tries to take over for you.
He is the first Red Raider into double figures with 10 points tonight. Had the great game against Kansas last year where he scored 22, but could not finish at the free throw line. Red Raiders are 7 of 12 there. They came in the better of these two at the free throw line, but Nevada has not missed a free throw attempt this evening. They can work the clock if they want to. Leading by 9. Caleb Martin's three-pointer offline. Josh Hall knocked it out of bounds. Red Raiders still down by 9 to the 8-0 Nevada Wolfpack. You're watching Texas Tech TV here on Fox. Arena in Lubbock, it's number 22 ranked Nevada 50, Texas Tech 41. At least that is the score for the moment. Chris, the officials during the timeout taking a look at a Nevada three-pointer from earlier in this second half of the ball game, trying to decide if indeed, but it looks good there. I thought
barely, but it does look good. There's a I see a little court right there in between that line and his shoe, so they're gonna leave it as a three, and then I believe they originally called it as a three, so I don't know if that changes the score. It'll stay at 50-41.
Well, get your holiday hoops plan today. The plan includes tickets to the Texas Tech and Abilene Christian, Baylor, and West Virginia games. You'll also get a Texas Tech mini basketball. All of that for only $30. All on sale now at texastech.com. Tickets for Abilene Christian, Baylor, and West Virginia. A couple of Big 12 games for $30. And the Abilene Christian game as well. So, Red Raiders, one of their last 8 field goals. They had gone more than 5 minutes without scoring, and again, Chris Beard still looking for somebody who can put the ball in the hole. Freshman Jarrett Culver off the bench now. Naeem Stevenson with the basketball, the only Red Raider in double figures. Here's Culver, passed up a shot. Keenan Evans, in and out. That has been the story tonight, and Justin Gray, Zach Smith battle for the rebound, and they lose it out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, Zach Smith has not scored in this game. He's only recorded 1 rebound. And we're just not used to seeing that around here. Is Justin Gray almost with the steal right there on the inbound.
Wow, Cody Martin right down the middle of the lane, missed the layup, but foul by Zach Smith. Although Chris Beard and many Red Raider fans in the arena tonight aren't so sure.
Yeah, and again, the whistle's a little late is what I think draws the reaction from the crowd. Martin felt like he was hit in the face. And see, and I can see, you can tell that Eric Musselman feels like that Chris Beard is about to start working the officials. He's trying to beat him to the punch as he's got Kirby Sitton's ear over there on the other side of the court.
That's NBA experience, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Eric Musselman was the Mountain West Coach of the Year last season. This team went 28-7 and reached the NCAA tournament. They are a perfect 8-0 this year. Here's Keenan Evans trying to find a way to get on the scoreboard, or at least get to the line. Jordan Caroline whistled for the foul. That's a size mismatch, as Jordan Caroline listed at 6'7". Keenan about 6'3". Well, he won't get to the free throw line yet.
Yeah, 14 fouls for each team here early in the half.
Just under 11 minutes to go. Jared Culver, three-pointer off the back iron. And it's Caleb Martin who pulled it down to his brother Cody. threw it out of bounds. Josh Hall running the floor opposite side, and Eric Musselman turns around, looks the other direction.
The Wolfpack play much better fast, and when it's just insane pace compared to Texas Tech right now. At least tonight, we have seen the Red Raiders do some things with this pace, you know, so far this season. But tonight, it's just not bouncing their way. They're not being able to finish. And clearly, what Chris Beard has told Keenan Evans, you continue to attack the rim. They cannot guard you. Go get, you know, let's figure out a way to get some offense at the free throw line.
This would be what I would have to think that the Wolfpack was worried about if the Red Raiders just continue to send Keenan Evans inside. But the Red Raiders do have some making up to do, as the Wolfpack have been just remarkable, at least in the early going from outside that three-point line. There's the drive inside. Kendall Stevens stepped in front, got knocked down, but Keenan Evans can't deliver on both free throws. Gets one of the two. The Red Raiders are 8 of 14 at the free throw line.
And you just have those nights sometimes where it just doesn't bounce your way. You got to try to fight through it, and there's a lesson to be learned here for young and old in a Red Raider uniform tonight. Zach Smith going through one of those nights himself.
Jordan Caroline having a bit of a struggle in this one as well for Nevada. The Red Raiders trying to get down the floor in a hurry. Zaire Smith passed up an opportunity, laid the ball off to Stevenson, who gets fouled.
And you've got Culver running down the court. There's nobody near him, and you just miss him. You'll see him in the picture right there. He had already been down the floor, and Zaire Smith just saw him too late and allowed the Wolfpack defender to catch up to him.
And make you go to the free throw line to make a pair. Naeem got the first. Keenan Evans will sit down. Davide Moretti on for the Red Raiders. Naeem, your leading scorer for the Red Raiders. Keenan Evans has 10. And again, the Red Raiders can't convert both opportunities.
Yeah, 9 of 16 from the stripe. You can't beat really good teams, especially in your building, when you can't convert at the free throw line like that.
Nevada is 9 of 10. And here's that isolation game again with with Cody Martin, who got bumped, but he took about 9 steps in there as he drove into the lane. May have gotten bumped there. He just kept going. I don't believe that's the Euro step either.
Yeah, no, he was just kind of a merry-go-round right there, just kept going around in the circle. But well, a turnover right there, and again, let's see what Texas Tech does with it. But one of your last 10, and then you can't make free throws when you do capitalize and at least earn that trip to the line.
Wow, again, Keenan Evans inside, had the layup, couldn't finish. Going to get it back outside from Zaire, inside again, and that one goes.
And so, in a way, his first trip right there comes up empty, but it ends up benefiting as he's able to knock it down, and now going to get a free throw attempt here for the and one opportunity, as the foul's starting to mount a little bit here for the Wolfpack.
Keenan 2 of 4 at the line tonight, but is the active free throw leader in terms of shots, free throws made in the Big 12. But again, talk about one of those nights. Didn't go, but Zaire ran it down. Jared Culver inside, dunks. Maybe that gets the Red Raiders going. Yeah, lead is only 4 now.
This place is coming unglued, and Kendall Stevens picked up his 4th personal foul on that last trip down the floor.
And he's still in the game. They've not gotten him out yet. This is Caleb Martin up top. Jordan Caroline tried to set the pick. Red Raiders switched. Caroline, 3 doesn't go. And Justin Gray pulled it down, but Lindsey Drew almost took that basketball away, and they'll say it's Nevada's ball.
Yeah, and Keith Kimball wasn't sure what he was going to call right there, but you see Jared Culver with the shot fake right there, the C's part right there, and he finishes down the lane with the two-handed dunk. Here at the other end, though, the Wolfpack. See, watch the pass right here to Keenan. Well, and you can't really tell. It may have come off of Keenan's forearm right there, but Keith Kimball almost pointed Texas Tech ball, but then he changed his mind.
Wow. Caleb Martin kind of stumbling there outside the three-point arc, makes it a 7-point advantage for the Wolfpack. Red Raiders had it to 4, but lost the ball out of bounds on that possession that led to the three-pointer. Keenan Evans wants somebody to come up and help up top. Drives inside, foul by Josh Hall.
Well, your bread and butter that we talked about, you're seeing it right here. Keenan Evans cannot be guarded one-on-one when he decides I'm going to the bucket. He's just too smooth, too athletic, and the Wolfpack right now really struggling to try to keep him in front. But he's got to be able to knock down these free throws. He has not been able to do that tonight, as he is just, let's see, 2 of 5 from the line.
Well, and the Red Raiders 9 of 17 as a team. 9 of 17 for a team that came in shooting 76%.
Keenan Evans has missed more free throws tonight than he had the entire season coming into this game. He comes into the game 23 of 27, and tonight he is, well, he just made that one, so now he's
4 of 7.
Yeah, 4 of 7. Okay, so yeah. I looked at the wrong number right there, but still not used to seeing him miss free throws.
54 to 49 now. Red Raiders trying to extend that defense a little bit. See if they can force a bad shot by the Wolfpack. Lindsey Drew is on for Stevens, who's out with 4 fouls. Drew trying to isolate Keenan Evans. Make the Red Raiders point guard work on that defensive end, but he got trapped for a moment. Here's Cody Martin, 3 on the shot clock over Zach Smith. Good. Wow.
Big time shot right there by Cody Martin. Not a whole lot you can do right there. I mean, Zach Smith, you know, with the hand in your face, and they play it to the bone right there at the end of the shot clock, and he knocks it down.
Keenan Evans gets his first 3 of the night. He had been 0 for 3 from outside the arc. Red Raiders needed that one. Narrow the gap to 4, but the Martin brothers, Caleb and Cody, have 40 for Nevada, who still lead 56-52. You're watching Texas Tech TV on Fox. To 4, 56-52 Nevada. Let's go to our Adam Doyle.
Yeah, guys, during the game break, looks like I've got a special guest here, Matt Temple. We can say a former player, and now we can say a former graduate assistant, right? We announced earlier in the game you're going to play professional basketball in Spain for a team that's just south of Valencia. Tell me a little bit about this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, blessed to get an opportunity like this. You know, it's been great working with Texas Tech, great playing for Texas Tech, and you know, I definitely miss Lubbock. It's made a big impression on me. You know, but I'm excited for the opportunity, and can't wait to go over there.
Personally, what's this mean for you, given you went back and forth a little bit with the NCAA to see if you could rejoin this team, but now another opportunity to play? What's this mean to you personally?
Oh yeah, it means a lot. I mean, you know, I really wanted to get back and play with these guys another year, and really broke my heart when I couldn't do that. But just getting the opportunity to keep playing, you know, it's great. I'm excited.
Hey, well, we're happy for you. Congratulations, man. Hey, go root this team on, all right? Hey, guys.
All right, great for Matt Temple that he gets the opportunity to play. Keenan Evans trying to bring this team back, Chris.
Yeah, he is. He continues to get to the free throw line right there. He's 4 of 7 in the game. And, you know, there was a stretch where you were 1 of 10 from the field to start the second half. Now you're 3 of your last 3. And that's been really the recipe, though, is trying to drive the ball, whether you end up with a free throw opportunity or a finish at the rim. But you're still trailing, though, on the glass to -3. As Nevada continues to beat you on the boards.
The Red Raiders have 3 made three-pointers tonight. The Wolfpack have 9, and clearly that has been the difference in this ball game. Red Raiders, though, back within 4. Drive by Cody Martin around Zach Smith is good. That looked too easy.
Yes, it did. As Zach Smith got driven right to the basket. That was clearly a play called right out of the timeout right there.
Well, the Red Raiders have cleared it out for Keenan Evans, going the other way, left-handed, good, over Cody Martin.
Well, and Cody Martin, what he's doing is he was trying to force Keenan Evans to go to his left. All of these drives that we've seen have been to his right. And Keenan Evans is like, okay, and he finishes with the left hand. That's why it's important. You've got to be able to work with either hand, because now you're going to see Texas Tech switch defenses right here, mid-possession, switch to a zone defense right here.
Davide Moretti back on. Zaire Smith, Justin Gray, Zach Smith, and Keenan Evans. Davide Moretti there with Cody Martin, or that was Caleb Martin ready. Shot was no good. Red Raiders down by 4. Can cut this to a 2-point advantage, or 1 if they shoot from outside that 3-point line. Again, Keenan Evans inside. Yeah, they can't stop him.
He can't be guarded right now. I mean, clearly that is the that was the message. Number 12 is certainly trying to take this game over for the Red Raiders.
Still more than 6 minutes to go here in Lubbock, but the Red Raiders are within 2 of Nevada. Down the baseline, Josh Hall, cross-court pass. Caleb Martin shot no good, but Justin Gray has drawn a charge underneath. Red Raider basketball, down by 2. You're watching Texas Tech TV on Fox. It's Texas Tech's basketball down by 2 to the Nevada Wolfpack, who are 8-0 and ranked 22nd in the country. They've led the entire way. Chris Keenan Evans has taken this ball game over for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, you've scored 24 points here in the second half. He's got 14 of them. He's driving it to the bucket. He's got 7 points in the last 3 possessions alone for Texas Tech, and he's doing it in a variety of ways, but mainly driving Cody Martin to the basket, and he's either getting fouled or finishing at the rim. Still too many missed free throws right there for the Red Raiders, but doing a good job, and that's your bread and butter so far in this second half.
Chris Beard drawing it up. Adam Doyle over there listening in.
Yeah, to your point, Chris, in that huddle, Coach Beard saying, Keenan, now that you've made it to the rim, they're going to collapse. Guys, be ready to shoot 3-pointers. As soon as you get into the lane, Keenan, look for those shooters. And on the defensive end, he wants a 2-3 zone, something we've seen a little bit of lately. It's provided a little trouble for the Wolfpack. They're going to stay in that for the foreseeable future.
Thank you, Adam. Red Raiders down by 2. Here's Keenan Evans. Around Cody Martin, going to work that side. Here's Davide Moretti from the corner. Red Raiders are in front.
Yeah, that's exactly what Adam just talked about right there. First lead of the game for Texas Tech right there, and Davide Moretti able to knock it down.
Wow, Kendall Stevens right back for the Wolfpack. He's got 4 fouls off the bench after that timeout. Answers Moretti, and Nevada back on top. Evans looking for a place to get inside. Jordan Caroline now defending the Red Raider point guard. Tough night for Zach Smith. Here's Davide Moretti. Laid it off for Zach underneath, and he's fouled.
Well, and Moretti now showing off the complete game on the offensive end now. He's able to knock it down from deep, but right there able to penetrate. We haven't seen much of that from Davide early on in the season, but that's elite point guard level skill right there, and getting Zach Smith some easy opportunities right there near the bucket.
Zach Smith has had a very unusual night from the floor. That's his first made bucket, and now the free throw, and the Red Raiders are back up by 1.
But kudos to the freshman point guard for trying to get his senior involved on the offensive end, and you see Texas Tech now in that 2-3 zone.
Sitting in that zone with Moretti and Keenan Evans out front. Zaire Smith, another freshman there, defending Jordan Caroline. As the Wolfpack want to drive there, but can't get to the bucket. Now Cody Martin trying to work Zach Smith. Jumper outside, good again.
That's just, I mean, there's nothing you can do with that. Chris Beard starts his team out of that 2-3 zone. Mid-possession, switches them to a man-to-man, trying to confuse the Wolfpack, but Martin able to knock down a tough shot right there from about 15 feet.
The Martin brothers have 46. Keenan Evans 3, not good. Offline the moment he let it go. And Nevada with a 1-point advantage has the basketball back as we count down towards 4 minutes remaining here at the United Supermarkets Arena in Lubbock. Wolfpack going to run a little time off the game clock and the shot clock. That's Cody Martin, Caleb Martin, Kendall Stevens corner. Wow, again, another 3.
Yeah, just as long as they continue to make shots right there, big shots, tough team to beat.
Red Raiders advantage gone. Nevada back up by 4. Zaire Smith. Not the best option from outside that 3-point line. Lindsey Drew blocked the Keenan Evans shot. And Justin Gray has stolen it back. Here's Zaire. Trying to measure his steps, go up, got fouled by Cody Martin. So Zaire Smith at the free throw line when we return. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining. Wolfpack by 4.
This Texas Tech broadcast on Fox Sports is brought to you by Plains Capital Bank. Grow with the good guys. And by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
Nevada's Wolfpack on top of the Red Raiders 66-62 here in Lubbock. This copyrighted telecast is the property of Red Raider Sports Properties, LLC, under rights granted by Texas Tech University. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the expressed written consent of Red Raider Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. Chris, Red Raiders trail by 4. How do you make up that ground?
Well, and what the difference really is that Nevada right now, they're 9 of 10 from the stripe. They've made 11 threes. You've only made 4, and you've got 8 missed free throws. And Kendall Stevens is still in the game. He's got 4 fouls. He's buried a couple of three-point makes in the last couple of possessions for the Wolfpack. And if I'm Chris Beard, I try to find him on defense and go right at him and get him out of this game as he's got these 4 fouls. You see another missed free throw right there by the Red Raiders and Zaire Smith.
Man, young guys at the free throw line, although Zaire had been very good coming into this game at the line, having made 15 of 17 over the Red Raiders' first 7 games. But Kendall Stevens, number 21 for Nevada, couple of big shots here in the past couple of possessions, has 15 in the game, but 4 fouls. That's Cody Martin on the drive. Lindsey Drew. Here's Caleb Martin outside. Shot clock's at 9. Long three-pointer, not good. But a battle for the rebound inside as Kendall Stevens is the guy racing in there for Nevada. But a foul against the Red Raiders, I think.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa pointed at the ground, and then I think he's going to get Culver on that one.
Culver just reaching out for the basketball. Stevens charging from the outside after that errant shot. Stevens got it inbounded. Going to set up in the corner. Zaire Smith, the nearest Red Raider. Wolfpack will hold the ball out front while Eric Musselman tries to set up the Nevada offense. Under 3 minutes to go.
He's about to try to go after Davide Moretti right there, getting to switch off on the pick and roll.
Kendall Stevens lost the dribble, was trying to pass the ball over to Caleb Martin and kind of lost control. Culver dove at it, but Red Raider basketball. May have knocked it right off of Caleb Martin.
I said they both touched it right there, and Musselman did not agree with the call. It's interesting watching him call the offense. He did just run a 5-out set, and he basically just kind of surveys it and says, okay, let's go to you. And then you call out the pick and roll, and he gets what he wants. But he's just calling it possession by possession here late in the second half.
Keenan Evans back at the free throw line for the Red Raiders. Now Lindsey Drew, Kendall Stevens, and Josh Hall for Nevada, all with 4 fouls. Keenan narrows the gap to 2. A second free throw can cut it to 1.
Chris Beard going to get some of his freshmen out of the game. Well, I say that. Davide Moretti comes out. Justin Gray comes out. But Naeem Stevenson and Zach Smith back in.
Jared Culver averaging about 12 points a game for the Red Raiders. Zaire Smith just under 10. But again, Keenan Evans can't get them both. And the Red Raiders still down by a bucket.
That's 10 missed free throws by the Red Raiders tonight. That is the story of the game. If you can't come back and win it, that would be why.
A very good free throw shooting team. Wow. That's Jared Culver defending Cody Martin out there. Thought he had tipped that basketball out of bounds off the Wolfpack guard.
Yeah, I mean, Culver may have hit that one, but it happens right in front of the bench. Right in front of Eric Musselman right there.
Thought Lindsey Drew might have walked with that basketball after it was handed off to him. Musselman trying to hurry up a play with 7 on the shot clock. Martin shot good. Foul on Culver. Red Raiders will protest that Jared Culver was straight up and Cody Martin jumped into him.
And Cody Martin just continues to make big shots.
Drove Jared Culver off, got him up in the air, but there, I don't see a foul, Chris.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa got I think he was looking for something that was not there. And sometimes when you jump and lean, the perception can be reality, I guess, because there's no contact made, but it's almost as if Joe DeRosa thinks there should be because of the way Culver was leaning right there. See, there's the lean right there, but he doesn't, well, he does touch his elbow ever so slightly, but boy, that's pretty ticky-tack call right there with everything else that they've allowed to go on.
Cody Martin's got 22. His brother Caleb has 25. That's 47 points between those two. And again, Keenan Evans inside. Foul called. Foul on one of the Martin brothers, but they are not in danger of foul problems. Each of them with 2 fouls in the game. One now. Caleb Martin with 3. Keenan back at the line. We are under 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah,
friendly roll.
I mean, they just don't want to go in easily on this end of the floor for the Red Raiders at the free throw line. Even that one touches several parts of the rim before it drops in.
Keenan now with 24 points. Justin Gray on for defensive purposes. Davide Moretti will exit.
And without Keenan's performance here in the second half, I mean, you just wouldn't have had a chance right now. But now the Red Raiders, they need to stop.
17 points for Keenan in this second half. This is the freshman Jared Culver out front against Cody Martin. 15 on the shot clock. Now down to 11. Martin to drive, turns, backs away. Here's Jordan Caroline against Justin Gray. Try to throw it away. Gray may have knocked it out of bounds, or Naeem Stevenson.
But it leaves them just 2 seconds on the shot clock. So what you're going to see here, they're going to have to get something up in a hurry with the Wolfpack. So yeah, you rotate over on the drive right there by Caroline, and Gray able to knock it out. So again, 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Not much time at all. They're trying to lob it there. Justin Gray, they didn't get it inbound.
I think they may have called an offensive foul. Yeah, moving screen.
On Lindsey Drew, he's out of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think they were trying to throw some sort of lob pass at the rim, and I think Lindsey Drew got caught right there.
Yeah, here's what they're trying to do.
Well, yeah, they tried to knock Keenan, and when he screams, you can't lean over and kind of tackle him with your shoulder. You've got to sit still and have a good wide base, and Drew did not.
So Lindsey Drew has fouled out, the junior out of Encino, California.
And Musselman out on the floor right now with the fist pump. He is somewhat flustered with the officiating.
Red Raiders have 4 made 3-pointers. One here would tie this game. 1:21 to go. Again, Keenan Evans looked to drive. Moretti is back on for his shooting ability. Defended by Caleb Martin. Going to try to drive him inside. Laid it up. Shot no good, but he'll be at the free throw line.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not so sure that he's not your best free throw shooter. Wise for Coach Beard to have him in the game right there. Especially, this is something we have not seen from Davide, being able to take guys off the dribble and get to the bucket right there. But he's got a couple of free throw trips coming.
He's 1 of 1 tonight. Was 12 of 13 coming into the game. 92%. Got great form. The true freshman out of Bologna, Italy.
And so just to check, Caleb Martin.
Now with 4 fouls.
Yeah, Kendall Stevens and Josh Hall all with 4 fouls. So you've got three members of the Wolfpack right now with 4 fouls.
They typically play a lot of minutes through the Martin brothers, Jordan Caroline as well, and Kendall Stevens. All of them tonight over 30 minutes in this game.
And the Martin brothers have not come out of the game.
Not at all.
Yeah, they have.
1 minute to go now. Nevada by 1. Cody Martin dribbles out front. That's Jared Culver defensively. Red Raiders may take it away. They do. Jared Culver going to go inside. Has it stolen. Run out to Jordan Caroline. Not a dough. Zaire Smith not going to let him dunk. Wow, we'll put him on the line, but the Red Raiders had an opportunity, but Culver lost it on the offensive end.
Well, he just never had it pure, did Culver. Couldn't corral it, and what an opportunity you had right there. Yeah, see, he just spun around right there, and you've got
he
three.
spun right into Kendall Stevens. Then they get it out front to Caroline. Zaire Smith not going to let that one go. Make him earn it.
And that's, I mean, to his credit, that is an unbelievable play by Zaire Smith not to give up the bucket right there.
Yeah. Jordan Caroline is a 76% free throw shooter. He's a good one, and that one is perfect. That pushes the Wolfpack advantage back to 2.
Because Zaire Smith had a lot of ground to make up just to contest that shot. You know, it's just one of those closing ability right there from a football standpoint. He made up a lot of ground in a hurry.
It would be a one-possession game if Caroline makes the second shot, and he does not. Keenan Evans, the rebound. Caleb Martin, or Cody Martin, rather, it leaned onto him. 30 seconds to go in the game. The Red Raiders are down by 2. Keenan Evans inside. Shot's not there. Justin Gray, the rebound. Foul going up. Foul by Caleb Martin. Would be his 3rd. Well, no, they call it on somebody else. Kendall Stevens or Josh Hall. A lot of Wolfpack members underneath. And Josh Hall may be the one who is headed to the bench.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Mr. Hall. And I think I thought it was on Cody Hall for his 3rd, but they get Josh Hall, who
got bumped pretty good by a couple of members of the Wolfpack.
Cody Martin. But and Josh Gray's got to be able to make these free throws right here. But he had the ball right underneath the bucket, just went right up with it and was able to get fouled.
80% free throw shooter coming into the game. He has not been at the line tonight. Red Raiders senior from Tampa, Florida. First one good. Crowd just went completely silent here in the United Supermarkets Arena.
A few things being said over here by folks from behind the Wolfpack bench. But
this to tie with 23 seconds to go in the game, and Justin got them both. That's a senior at the free throw line when you had to have him. Now the Red Raiders got to play defense. And the Wolfpack want it in the hands of Cody Martin. Musselman wants him across the line. Not looking to call timeout with 12 seconds to go in the game. Martin looking at his coach, holding him up, waiting on the pick, way out front, gonna drive inside. Jordan Caroline, shot blocked by Zach Smith. Culver's got it, shot on the way, no good. I don't think it would have counted.
It would not. And I tell you what, Zach Smith has not had he's not played a great game, but his presence certainly felt right there as Caroline had that look blocked. Now, advantage Texas Tech because of the foul issues by the Wolfpack. You've got 2 members of the Nevada team that have both fouled out right now. They've got some others that are in foul trouble, and Texas Tech has extended this game by an elite defensive play there by Zach Smith.
Jordan Caroline trying to win it with a 3-pointer for Nevada. Would have been their 12th of the game, but Zach Smith, 6'8" with long arms, blocks the attempt. Culver couldn't get the shot off on time, and we are headed to overtime.
And Zach Smith needed all 6'8" right there. But that was right there in front of us. And of course, if you're Texas Tech, that's the guy you would have wanted to shoot that last shot, is Caroline from deep. That's not his game. Zach Smith with the easy block, and you thought, boy, if you could have corralled that a little bit quicker. Look at, I mean, Smith right there. I mean, if he doesn't get ball, that may be a foul.
Yeah, he had come off of Caroline because Cody Martin on the drive around Culver to help. Martin kicked the ball back out to Caroline, and Zach able to recover and block that shot. Musselman still arguing with the officials about no call, presumably on that last shot, and blocked by Zach Smith. Wow. Going to overtime.
Free basketball.
Let's go to Adam Doyle very quickly.
Yeah, guys, in that quick huddle, Coach Beard emphasizing the lack of depth for the Wolfpack, saying there's already a couple that have fouled out. Number 21 has 4. Let's take it to the rack. Let's see if we can get him out of this contest and take over offensively. Use this crowd to your advantage.
Well, and that's the isolation right here. Keenan Evans on Kendall Stevens and could not get it, but Zaire Smith, the follow dunk. The Red Raiders are in front. And now it was Caleb Martin dribbles the ball out of bounds.
A bizarre no call right there on Kendall Stevens, in that, you know, I think some of the contact that Keenan Evans has felt earlier in the half got a foul based on what Kendall Stevens did right there. But bottom line is Zaire Smith with the putback, advantage Texas Tech again, and they're going to go right back to it.
Well, you got to do that. If you're Chris Beard, isolate on one of their best players with 4 fouls, trying to clear out. Cody Martin trying to help inside, and Keenan puts the Red Raiders up by 4.
Yeah, and you see Justin Gray had Kendall Stevens on him. Chris Beard asked for the screen from Gray. Stevens had to switch off right there, and again, he's just not going to contest that jumper right there by Keenan.
There's Kendall Stevens in the corner now. This is Hallis Clark. Cook rather, haven't seen much of him tonight. The transfer from Iowa State. Red Raiders almost stole it again, but Justin Gray couldn't save it after the Red Raiders swatted the ball away.
Well, the energy certainly there on the defensive end. Now the Wolfpack certainly struggling to execute on the offensive end right now, as it's now advantage Texas Tech with the fast pace, and the ball starting to bounce the Red Raiders' way.
You saw that Eric Musselman during that, they've thrown it away again. He won't like that. He had written 5 minutes on his board for his team during the overtime, waiting to get started. It's not worked out well for them in the extra period so far, and Chris Beard just exhorting his team on, particularly on the defensive end. And now again, Keenan Evans, isolation out front.
And watch, here comes Zaire Smith, because guess who's guarding him?
Yeah.
Here comes Kendall Stevens. Now he's going to be forced to guard Keenan Evans in a one-on-one, except for Nevada looking to trap right there.
Justin Gray. Here's Keenan Evans. Kendall Stevens on him, 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer up, no good. But Jared Culver gives the Red Raiders a new shot clock. And Chris Beard wants his team to back it away.
Yeah, he just wants to play straight up. Now it's Chris Beard, the one that's kind of calling the offense, play-by-play right here.
Zaire Smith, or Justin Gray inside to Zach Smith. Hasn't done much tonight offensively, and can't there either. Caroline the rebound. Red Raiders by 4. We're in overtime. Caleb Martin, Cody Martin, they have not left the floor tonight. Kendall Stevens, 3. Long ball, no good. Deflected over to Cook. Drives inside. Shot no good. But Hallis Cook will be at the free throw line.
Yeah, he got bailed out right there. A little out of control on the drive, but Zach Smith careless right there. And 4 fouls right now for Zach Smith, and that's something that now Eric Musselman can try to take advantage of on the offensive end if he so chooses. And Davide Moretti going to come to the scores table.
Hallis Cook is perfect on the season. Hasn't shot many, but 3 of 3. Davide for Zach Smith. Big size difference there, but you mentioned Zach with 4 fouls. Davide Moretti, great offensive threat.
And I think what Chris Beard doing right there.
Late. Moretti late moving in at the free throw line. If this shot is no good, they're going to get another opportunity.
Yeah, lane violation.
Yeah. Moretti didn't realize the officials had already handed the ball to Hallis Cook after he checked in, talked up front to Keenan Evans for a moment, and then moved over at the free throw line, and he can't do it.
Yeah, as soon as you hand the ball to the player there at the stripe, you cannot get into the line. And so, but I think Chris Beard, with that substitution, you're substituting offense for defense.
Yeah, they missed that one too.
Yeah. And now you've got another driver and a good free throw shooter on the offensive end. Does Texas Tech.
Red Raiders have the basketball and a 3-point advantage. Aggressive defense up front. There's Kendall Stevens. He had Keenan Evans by the arm, and he is not going to get the foul call. It'll be on Cody Martin.
Yeah, and
wow.
The Wolfpack dodged a bit of a bullet right there.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Because here comes Kendall Stevens right there. He's the guy that's yanking the arm of Keenan Evans away. But the foul call on Martin. So Keenan with an opportunity to extend the Red Raider lead, and does. Moretti out, Zach Smith back on, but Zach does have 4 fouls.
And so here's your, here's your substitution now. Going to substitute defense for offense now, as Zach Smith will come in and try to protect the rim. Another rebounder.
Red Raiders with a 2-possession lead now at 76-71.
And Davide Moretti, a good laugh right there on the bench right there after that lane violation. I think they're trying to explain to him, that's not how we do it over here.
International ball may be different, and again, everything they can do to get Zach Smith's 5th foul, but Zach Smith does not. Red Raiders have the ball, and Keenan Evans across the timeline. Chris Beard directing traffic. They're going to double team the Red Raider guard, try to trap him out front. Zach Smith in the corner, lost the ball. Caleb Martin quickly up the court. Alice Cook wanted it in the corner, but Nevada turns the basketball over. Traveling violation.
Yeah, double dribble right there.
Double dribble.
Yeah, midway through the, right here, you see it. He picked it up to pass it and then dribbled it. Obviously, you cannot do that. Chris Beard looking at his team right now, and he's kind of making this hand over his face motion. Stay stone-faced. Don't get caught up into the excitement. Get excitable. Make a mistake right here because the adrenaline's flowing too much.
Keenan Evans knows they're going to come and get him. Where is he going to go with the basketball? Here's Davide Moretti.
And here's your drive opportunity. Let's see if the Wolfpack try to help him.
18 on the shot clock for the Red Raiders. Still 1:38 to go in the game. Texas Tech by 5. Keenan Evans has Jordan Caroline defending. Couldn't get him in the air. Justin Gray in the corner. Not your best shooter, but the shot off. Not good. Jared Culver can't get the tip, and they'll call him for a foul.
Well, he went in there clean with the tip attempt. We need to see what the comment they call over the back. Here's the shot attempt. Here comes Culver.
Alice Cook is the defender there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's
it might have been Nevada's basketball on the rebound, but I'm not certain that Alice Cook should be at the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
With as much contact as you see at times, not sure that was the occasion. He had just missed a moment earlier and had a second opportunity and missed that as well, but knocked that one down. Red Raider advantage is 4.
And I guess they're saying that Culver, bumps him with that left shoulder. It wasn't much, but he does. There is some contact there. But like you said, John, so much contact at other parts of this game and other parts of the floor that surprised that gets called.
Red Raiders are going to have to come help their point guard as Keenan Evans was going to get trapped at midcourt. That's Cody Martin called for the foul.
And guess what?
And
He's
that's
got
4 on him. Yes.
Yeah.
Now both of the Martin brothers have 4 fouls, and they've also got 4s in their minutes played. 44 minutes for these guys. They have not left the floor.
I mean, and kudos to them because they are playing just as hard right now as they were when this game started, and they've given about everything they could to their team.
Jordan Caroline has 41 minutes for the Wolfpack. A lot of time on the court for those. For that trio, Keenan Evans has played 38 minutes tonight and could reach 30 points right there. A career high for Keenan Evans. And 23 of those have come in the second half and overtime.
Well, I think it bothered him a great deal when he was named honorable mention preseason All Big 12. And he's putting on a show tonight and trying to be the top 25 team on his home floor.
30 for Keenan. The Red Raiders lead 78-73. You're watching Texas Tech TV on Fox.
In today's global society where information moves at the speed of light, critical thinking skills have never been more vital. Here in the College of Arts and Sciences, our faculty are teaching students analytical reasoning and research skills focused on the problems of today so they can become the leaders and innovators of tomorrow. The Texas Tech College of Arts and Sciences. We build innovators.
To us, it is this really special 5 days where we get to see all of our friends from all over the country.
All of this is because of the sacrifice of your dad or your mom who gave all.
I love you, Daddy.
A minute 17 seconds remain in overtime. The Red Raiders have built a 5-point advantage over the Wolfpack. Hey, join us for our next broadcast as the Red Raiders host the Kennesaw State Owls on Wednesday, December 13th. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock. Texas Tech Sports right here on Texas Tech TV on Fox. Wow, Keenan Evans in the second half and overtime, Chris, has put this Red Raider team on his shoulders and has just carried them back.
Yeah, we wondered where the offense would come from. It was a night where the Red Raiders couldn't get anything to fall. You just poor execution on the offensive end, and basically it's just been Keenan Evans driving the Wolfpack to the bucket. He's got 30 points. He's 11 of 15 at the free throw line. And then you look at these Martin brothers. They've combined for 47 points tonight.
Over to Adam Doyle now.
Yeah, guys, nothing different offensively for Texas Tech coming out of this huddle. Everything will run through Keenan Evans. On the defensive end, they're expecting some sort of ball screen up top. They expect everything to be switched by the Texas Tech defense to avoid some corner threes and some easy open looks for Nevada. Of course, coach stressing we cannot foul, allow them to shoot free throws without this clock running.
Yeah, don't want to put them on the line and not let that clock be counting down. Red Raiders were in 3 overtime games a year ago. 2 of those were against West Virginia. Red Raiders won one of those, lost the other. Their other overtime game right here, a loss to Iowa State. Couple of those games, all of those were Big 12 games. Had a couple of them gone differently, Red Raiders might have been in the postseason a year ago.
You're exactly right, and I tell you what, you touch on something right there. Chris Beard had said that about this particular game. He had said that this is going to be a Big 12 game for us. This is a conference level type of game. And after we've seen this, the way this has played out, I would absolutely agree with that sentiment right there.
Well, how about the last 2 games? Seton Hall was I thought, an NCAA tournament atmosphere, and this one has been right there with it. Here's that pick. They start to set up out front. Caleb Martin, three-pointer, good. Wow, shot it over both of Zach Smith and Zaire Smith. It's a 2-point game. Big, big shot right there by Caleb Martin.
Just buried it with a hand in his face. Not a whole lot you can do about that right there. And he's now got 28 points.
Both Martin brothers have 4 fouls. Zach Smith, 4 fouls for the Red Raiders. 15 on the shot clock. 41 seconds to go in the game. Red Raiders by 2. They've led by as many as 5. Here's Zaire Smith. Got hacked by one of the Martins. No foul. Shot up by Zaire. Goes. Wow.
Great body control. Thought he got fouled. Thought Keenan actually got fouled out there from behind the arc, but no call.
Caleb Martin was the one that might have fouled Zaire. He missed the three-pointer, and now the Wolfpack may be running out of gas.
Yeah, you call for Hallis Cook there to come put Keenan Evans on the free throw line. Now the Wolfpack need to hope the Red Raiders are going to miss some free throw attempts.
Yeah, Hallis Cook picks up his first foul, but both of the Martin brothers have 4. Kendall Stevens has 4. He can't foul. So they needed somebody to get over quickly and foul Keenan Evans to stop the clock. But Keenan Evans already with a career high tonight, 30 points. Can't make that one. Still, it's a 2-possession game. Needs the shot here. You can see less than 20 seconds remaining. That one good. 81-76 Red Raiders, and Chris Beard wants a timeout.
Well, and we talked about this at the beginning of this second half. League leaders. We put the graphic up on the screen, and you're talking about career free throws made. And Keenan Evans has more than anybody in the Big 12 Conference coming into this game with 284. And so tonight he's 12 of 17. And that's been one of the biggest reasons why you were able to come back, send this game to overtime, and now have an opportunity to win it because of his ability to drive the basketball and either finish, get fouled, and knock him down. And it wasn't his best game in some senses, especially in the first half. But you look up and he's got 31 points. And 12 makes at the free throw line.
And he's got 8 rebounds and 3 assists. That's your senior out of Richardson. His career high previous had come this season, 29, when the Red Raiders beat Boston College. But tonight, 31, trying to knock off the previously unbeaten Nevada Wolfpack. Wolfpack trying to inbound that ball and not run any clock. This is Cody Martin, almost turned that ball over up there. Long three-pointer, not going to be good. Justin Gray the rebound to Zaire. Here's Keenan Evans, smiling, going to run the clock out. Red Raiders are going to win this game, but Keenan will go back to the free throw line before it's over.
Yeah, and that seems fitting, doesn't it? I mean, go to where you've made a living tonight and really help your team win the game and finish this thing up. As Keenan Evans will get now opportunities 18 and 19 at the free throw line.
Keenan Evans in the first half of the game tonight was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He's now 13 of 18. Been a little bit busy in this second half. Red Raiders were down by 5 at halftime. Going to win it here tonight in overtime over Nevada. Jordan Caroline shot at the buzzer. Will not count. Eric Musselman really not happy about the way this one turned out. But the Red Raiders have won it. Knocked off unbeaten Nevada, ranked 22nd in the country, 82-76. Chris, time for our Red Raider Club player of the game. It's Keenan Evans.
Absolutely it is. He took the game over in the second half, repeatedly driving the basket. He did it to the right, he did it to the left. He finishes with 13 free throws made on 19 attempts. He was 9 of 20 from the field. Wasn't his best game from deep, just 1 of 6. But you know, he has 6 turnovers too, but they put the ball in his hands almost every trip down and asked him to make a play, and he continued to deliver.
Made the plays down the stretch, had 32, and the Red Raiders have won it tonight. Your player of the game, brought to you by the Red Raider Club. Your support, their effort, our fearless champions. Keenan Evans, our player of the game tonight with 32 points. Red Raiders have won it 82-76. That does it for tonight's game. For Adam Doyle, Chris Level, and the rest of our Texas Tech crew on Fox, I'm John Harris. Goodbye, everybody.